You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls.
What's up, folks? My name's Phenetic. I'm over here from Hustlers Entertainment. I'm interviewing Chris Bronz, owner and CEO of Hockey's Finest. Alright, so let's start off. Let's learn a little bit more about Chris Bronson.
Alright, I was born and raised in Warren, Michigan. Michigan's been home. I've been all over United States and Canada, and I just love Detroit, man, and glad to be here. And really feels like home. There's nothing else like home, and that's why my company is based out of Detroit.
Now, it's obvious that you have, a hockey sense to your company. Did you play hockey as a kid or anything?
I did. I grew up playing hockey, Fraser, Michigan, all over. Shout out to my hockey friends.
Pro, did you anything like that?
I played up to college. Got a couple injuries. I'm actually suffering a groin injury right now, so I've been down a couple weeks.
We've all suffered those.
Yeah, and looks like nobody's playing hockey right now, Nick.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what's going on with how does the lockout? What are your thoughts on that? How does that affect business? With you being a hockey apparel company.
Well, we're not just a hockey apparel company. I got Fight Dirty, Detroit Fights Dirty under my belt. And everyone's excited about hockey and just everything going on in general. It's really not affecting my business too much. Sales are still up, so.
What are your thoughts on the lockout, though? Obviously, with you being a hockey fan and stuff, how do you feel about people in suits sitting there in corporate offices and dictating whether we can watch hockey or not?
Yeah, I haven't been following it too much.
No.
But I feel like we need to have hockey as a youth, and everyone needs to be on board, and it's a sport,
Yeah.
So everyone needs to be on board with it.
You mentioned that you had Fight Dirty, but it all started off with Hockey's Finest. How did you start that company out?
I started as a youth camp. I was teaching kids in the city of Detroit how to play hockey, how to skate, stick handle, and I had a little bit of shirts and a couple of clothing line items, and it seemed to have more of a positive impact on the kids, and not everyone could get down to the camps or afford it and whatnot and things like that. So.
Now, you said that you started Fight Dirty as well. How did that come apart?
I was actually talking with someone who was a family friend with Bob Probert and everything, and that's kind of how I got into it. He had all the awesome shirts sold at Joe Louis when I was a kid. I always wanted one here and there, and I was like, I want to wear what I want to wear, and that's pretty much how I started the company. I really felt like the hockey apparel, was just so lame, and there really wasn't anything out there I liked, and I wanted gritty stuff. Detroit's a gritty city. We're not always negative, but
But your apparel company is called Detroit's Fight Dirty. How do you respond to people that say you're casting an even bigger negative light on the city's already, unpopular image?
Well, it's not a negative thing, Fight Dirty Club. It could be Fight Dirty against anything. It could be fighting dirty against cancer. It could be fighting dirty for your daily work. Fight dirty for, anything. It could be turned into positive, really. It doesn't have any negative being to it unless someone makes it negative, and that's not what our image is at all by any means.
Now you're starting. Fight Dirty started as one of your flagship brands for Hockey's Finest. Now it's evolving into Fight Dirty's Club. Can you explain further on what's going on with that?
Everyone enjoys a hockey fight. I don't think it goes hand in hand. I don't think anybody goes into a fight looking to lose. So Fight Dirty is in term. There's no such thing as a clean fight in that sense.
Well, my question is, what about the Fight Dirty Club, the one that you're starting?
Oh, Fight Dirty Club.
Yeah.
That's going to be a group. It's going to be an exclusive group for clothing. The more you buy, the higher you rank up, and we'll have a couple of our members, like artists and people that have been there since day one, in the higher rankings, kind of looking down on everything and, checking it out. We're going to do events. We're going to do parties. We're going to have other promotion, like entertainment groups like yourself. you know, things like that. And it's just a tight family concept of a group of people that feel like they need to fight for what's right and wear gritty clothing, good clothing, things that people like, you know.
Well, in the name it says this club. Obviously, how does one gain access to membership to this club?
We're going to have applications on our website at fightdirtyclub.com. The website's set to launch October 27th. There will be applications on the form and on the site, and you can click it out if you feel you have what it takes to be a Fight Dirty Club member and you feel like you deserve respect and, you know, things like that.
Any benefits or whatnot to being a member of this Fight Dirty Club?
The benefit would be that the clothing that we're coming out is just phenomenal. No one else would be able to buy it. It's all exclusive. It'll get you discounts on events that we host and our friends and partners. If they are hosting a party, you know, members will have, you know, cheaper access to things and access to our website and just, you know.
Speaking of events, you know, recently you had a launch party. How did that turn up for you guys?
It was really good. Everyone that showed up, you know, and everyone that's behind the scenes made it happen. It was our first year. You know, the weather wasn't as good as we had hoped. But, yeah, it was a great time. You know, we got a lot of pictures, a lot of good time, you know, end of the summer.
Yeah.
So.
Any plans on making any future events or anything down the line?
Yeah, well, I hope to continue doing the HF events, and we're going to be partnering up with a couple places, entertainment companies, actually. You know, it's just a building. You keep pushing through it, and you keep building up.
Now, let's say someone wants to go out and buy some of this Fight Dirty or Hockey's Finest gear. Where can they find it at?
Obviously, our online store at hockeysfinest.com. It's the best place to get it. We have a whole online store inventory, but also we have a distributor, M3 Tattoo. He's located across from East Detroit High School in East Point, Michigan, so you can check him out. He's a distributor. You'll have all my recent gear.
How did that come apart? Gaining a partnership with M3 Tattoos.
Tom's really looked out for me, and he's a great artist. He's been around forever. I went through a rough patch last year. That's no secret, and you know, he was hooking me up with all my tattoos, all my memorial tattoos and everything. He's just a great guy. We talked every time, and we both felt that we would help each other. You know, with promotional wise. I mean, with my shirts in his store, and you know, his store being, you know, one of our main distributors, it's just free promotion, you know, for both of us. Yeah,
it helps everyone. What's going on with the future? Like any special designs or any special brands that you know, plan on coming out with in the future?
I think pretty much for Detroit Fights Dirty, you know, Fight Dirty, Hockey's Finest, everything like that. I don't see myself making anything new, as in a rebranded. You know, I'm pretty much gonna stick with the names and everything. I feel like our fan base is just getting larger by the day, and more people are more excited about it. But I'm gonna be coming out with more gear for all three.
Who's your main influences when it comes to, you know, music, you know, film, just all out designing and getting your creative process? What are some of your main influences?
My main influence, really, it would be just everything that's not mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not down with any of the mainstream. I never studied anything that was a store. I really studied the underground in music and fashion. You know, what's hot. You know, what people like.
Yeah.
You know, everyone loves skulls and gritty stuff, and
of course,
you know, things like that. And you know, music-wise, I mean, that's all over the map. There's so many artists. You know, underground hip hop, from rock. You know, just all that combined really is where I got my influence from. Just everything put together.
Okay, and that wraps it up. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.